Pull me close and you say you'll never run away. You think that love is a game and that we've gone insane. But what we have is what one spends a lifetime searching for.
Hey guys, welcome back to the RCS Rusty Horn, where players fight weekly for a chance to win cash prizes. And also, this week we are adding in WCS points. I'm Golgi App, and today we have a different caster with me, Paul.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm really excited to be casting with Tony. First time, and really excited for these Hearthstone matches. This has been a bracket of over 130 people, so there's bound to be some really good matches ahead of us.
Yeah, definitely one of our biggest brackets we ever had. 300 people registered for this one. I'm very excited.
Yeah, the fact that our tournament's expanding is awesome, and we want to thank everybody for playing. So our first match is going to be between Pharmacist and Jaka. And
Pharmacist with a farm, as in F-A-R-M.
Yeah, got the pun going for him. He's bringing a warrior list, shaman, and paladin, and Jaka is bringing paladin, warlock, and priest. So there's a lot of class diversity. And of course, right as I say that, there's going to be a paladin mirror right off the bat.
I wonder if it's just going to be secret for the secret, as we all know from the ladder.
Right. Looks like Pharmacist is running that secret paladin. And yeah, so is Jaka. So fun and interactive secret paladin mirror match.
Yeah. Have you ever played this deck? I actually have never built this deck. I just don't want to give in to the cancer.
I am very proud of you for never playing this deck. I have played this deck.
So how do you think about the mirror match?
So basically, whoever's on the coin has a really big advantage because whoever gets the fastest Mysterious Challenger basically wins the game.
That makes sense too.
So Jaka's going to be looking to play that Mysterious Challenger on turn 5 with the coin. Meanwhile, Pharmacist is just going to try to load up the board and put on pressure.
Right. And both of these players already have a Mysterious Challenger in hand. Is that a card you usually don't mulligan?
In the mirror match, I would usually mulligan away Mysterious Challenger in hopes of drawing it later on in the game. You basically want to put on as much pressure as you can within the first few turns. Pharmacist picking up the Knife Juggler. It's a pretty good pickup. Does decide to trade in the Haunted Creeper with the shielded Minibot, and I think he's going to Coghammer and trade into this.
Yeah, it makes sense for about that trade if he's going to trade in.
Chooses to muster for battle, interesting. I'm assuming he's going to swing face with the hammer as well, and that's what he does.
Yeah. This way he gets to develop, I guess, a very large board, and Jaka is going to respond with his muster for battle too, I guess.
Yep, both Paladin players loading up the board with a bunch of dudes, so...
Yeah, turn 3 muster for battle, you can't really go wrong with that ever.
Yeah. So the Knife Juggler looks appealing here, along with the Hero Power. What do you think about that?
I wonder if he maybe saves Knife Juggler for next turn for Knife Juggler muster for battle.
Right.
If not that, he will probably play it here and Hero Power.
Yeah, Knife Juggler and Muster for Battle is a very volatile combo, and it can swing games in your favor more often than not.
Just gotta good RNG on those knives. And also, if you do get, also you do have the weapon to be able to deal an extra ping too. If he decides he wants to play on curve.
So Pharmacist does go with the play I was discussing earlier, with the Knife Juggler hero power. It's on curve, and that's the only combination of moves that he could do on curve, so...
Yeah, just
good
using
job
his
for
mana
him to stick to
efficiently.
his mana.
And also, Jaka needs to trade in his 4-3 because his board currently is unable to deal with the Knife Juggler.
Right. Alternatively, he could Blessing for Kings it and just like go for face damage because he's playing a Mysterious Challenger next turn. So
Right.
that's also an option, is to just flip the switch and full on commit to going for face. However,
and
Pharmacist
Pharmacist
is playing Tyrion in his Secret Paladin list. What do you think of that tech card?
I've been seeing a lot more and more of this late game tech within Secret Paladins. I've been even seeing some like Ragnaroses in some deck, which I
Right.
don't know about. It's so backbreaking sometimes, right? Because you deal with their Mr. Challenger, and then you have to deal with Tyrion, and then you have to deal with Dr. Boo, and then you deal with like Ragnaros, and they just keep on like relentless pressure, and you can't move enough cards to be able to come back from that.
Yeah, and I'd like to expand on that point actually, because these Paladin decks have about 15 or 20 core cards, but there's so much flexibility in Secret Paladin because they're 20 to like 15 to 20 to 25 core cards are so strong. You can pretty much be really flexible with your deck choices.
Yeah. So, what do you think about him coining out the Sludge Belcher there? So, because it removes his opportunity to be able to play Mr. Challenger this turn.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake from Jaka. I think he should have gone with the Blessing of Kings and just flipped the switch and went face.
Right.
Pharmacist did draw the answer with Keeper of Uldaman, but the Coin Mysterious Challenger is such a strong play, and
Yeah.
Blessing of Kings on the Sludge Belcher is gonna result in a huge tempo loss
Yeah,
just
he
because
is.
of the Keeper.
Yeah, not using his mana as efficiently as he could have if he did the other play way around. Has he
Right.
played the Blessing Kings yet? On your
No,
screen?
it's still in his
Okay.
hand. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I was wondering if my game was bugging out. And he
Oh.
decided to clear one of
Okay.
the 1/1.
Uh,
What do you think about that?
I think nerves are coming into play a little bit here. I think that was not the best play that he could have gone with.
Yeah, a 7-8 wasted
The game
on
is
one.
still salvageable for Jaka because he still has those Mysterious Challengers in his hand. So he's
Unfortunately,
going to
he-
be playing one for sure on curve.
Yeah, he did.
And Pharmacist
top deck
doesn't
the
look like he's
Avenge.
running Repentance. Yep.
And Jaka top decked one Avenge, which is unfortunate for him because he already played one Avenge earlier, so he won't be getting an Avenge on his deck with this
Right.
Mr. Challenge.
So what do you want the Pharmacist's Avenge to hit?
Well, we'll be seeing it here, I guess. Yeah, I feel
Let's
like
go
you
up
just
to-
want Avenge to hit, like, just not your Mr. Challenger, because that opens him up to get BGH.
Right.
Otherwise, I think it's good. And then this is a huge competitive spirit.
Yeah, really big competitive spirit on the side of Pharmacist. So he's gonna have a lot of fairly buffed up creatures, and this game looks like Pharmacist to lose because he has all this late game. He has the Keeper to remove those huge threats. Like he's gonna take out the Sludge Belcher and the Avenge, or okay, there's no Avenge to be procced. So he's gonna sequence it where he attacks the Belcher and it procs the Noble Sacrifice. So heads up play from Pharmacist, just knowing I guess his deck and his opponent's deck, since they're playing basically the same thing.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that Jaka did top deck the Avenge, his second Avenge there. So he
Right,
would
that
have
would
a
have been
lot,
really nice to be on board.
a lot worse of a secret challenge, Mr. Challenger, because he got 3 secrets instead of 4, which he could have. But this Sludge Belcher is doing work. He did manage to get full value off of his Blessing Kings there.
Right.
But this Keeper
So
rolled him on.
I think that play from Pharmacist was pretty perfect. Besides the sequencing of the Coghammer, I probably would have played the Coghammer before playing the Keeper of Uldaman, just so it could have more chance of going on the Mysterious Challenger. But he does get lucky, and it does go on the
Yeah.
Mysterious Challenger.
The
so
7/7 Divine Shield taunt.
thankfully
Very
for
good target.
Pharmacist, Jaka does not have the big game hunter to respond. So
None of your business.
And here
second
comes the
Mysterious
second
Challenger
Mr.
coming down
Challenger.
for Jaka.
And getting 2.
So that's Noble
secrets.
Sacrifice and Avenge.
Right. Oh no, it's just he only got one off Mystery Challenger then.
Right,
The
but he
second
played the
event was
second.
from his hand.
Looks like Tyrion's
Oh.
gonna be coming down.
Right, or no, this might be lethal.
Is it lethal?
Yeah.
Oh, yep,
King
that's
don't
exactly
do it.
lethal. There we go. Actually,
Man.
over lethal with the weapon.
Yeah.
So. Pharmacist is gonna take a
Unfortunate
pretty
for him.
convincing game.
Yeah, maybe Darklight should have saved that coin to be able to play the Mystery Challenger early, because that Pharmacist getting his Mystery Challenger first was, I feel like, the deciding factor of that game.
Right, and that's basically what it comes down to. Saving that coin for the turn 5 Mysterious Challenger. And he could
Yeah.
have played coin Mysterious Challenger into a second Mysterious Challenger. So
Yeah, how do you beat that ever? That's insane.
exactly. It's a really tough curve to beat, especially when you're on the coin. So we're gonna be going into our second game, and
And looks like
Pharmacist
Jaka
is gonna be
didn't
playing a
decide
Shaman.
to. Yeah, and Jaka didn't re-roll his Paladin. Instead, is going to try his luck with, looks like, Priest deck.
Yeah, and I think this matchup is pretty Shaman favored. The Shaman's just going to be able to rush the Priest down before he does anything. And this is the
Yeah.
Control Priest with Museum Curator.
Yeah, he also saw a. We also saw a the Thought Steal that he just mulliganed away,
Is someone injured?
Right.
which is a interesting tech card. I don't think a lot of people have been playing Thought Steals recently because of the fact that it's so slow and the meta is so aggressive. And if you do go up against like decks like Secret Paladin, it's not as good because a lot of times you'll just get like really bad secrets.
Right. So
But he
turn
is-
1, the Shaman is going to be able to develop a Leper Gnome and coin out the Lightning Bolt to kill the Northshire. I kind of like holding onto the Northshire as the Priest and waiting for a Power Word Shield so that you can buff it up and make sure it stays on the board. What do you think
sure.
of him just playing it on turn 1?
I mean, him playing on turn 1 makes Pharmacist any kind of play from him, any kind of like 2-1 plays weak for him because they play Leper Gnomes, they play the Abusive Sergeants, cards like that. It makes those,
Right,
it
there's
makes
the
those
Abusive
plays
Sergeant.
weak, but I do usually like to hold it so the card isn't taken out. But I mean, if it does eat a Lightning Bolt, you're not too unhappy as a Priest. And
Right.
but that play right there is kind of confusing to me because he played a injured Blade Master and had a Circle of Healing in hand, but decided not to heal it up to full health.
Yeah, but he gets a chance to redeem his mistake here with another
Yeah.
injured Blade Master, so the Priest is gonna be on the board early, which is what the Priest needs to do in order to win this matchup.
For sure, as long as you can take away the Face Shaman's creatures, I feel like this matchup can be very easy for Priest because you can start healing yourself up, and it just mostly the Shaman's creature that does consistent damage. Their burn can be really aggressive and then it can finish you off, but it's really board control that really wins this matchup.
Right, and this is a really important turn for Pharmacist. We need to see how he plays this. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna crackle the
Oh
Blade Master.
man,
Hits for a 6, so that's huge.
full value.
In fact, that's game changing, considering Jaka has no play on turn 5. And does decide to clear the Zombie Chow. I like that play.
Alkanai is alright. I think you probably just play Alkanai just so you can have something on board.
Yeah, I would agree with playing Alkanai. I don't really like
So
the
that's really
heal to
cool,
face here.
so. I mean, they can play Alkanai next turn and then ping the 3-2.
Oh, another Crackle. So you're gonna Hero Power and Crackle face, just to buff up the Tunnel Trog.
Oh man, yeah, and the spell damage totem is going to. And
Only
well, he
hits for
rolls
4.
the lowest possible, but I mean, I think he does deserve a little bit of bad RNG because he did roll for the max damage last time.
Right. Definitely got the high roll, so he deserves a little bit of punishable RNG.
Man, Lava Burst is so strong here too.
Yeah, and this Shaman's just gonna be pushing a ridiculous amount of damage. He's
Because Lava
got
Burst
11,
can
14.
overload too. So Tunnel
So
Trog
do you
can go
just-
up to 5 power here.
So do you just use everything and kind of go all in? Because the Priest player does have the Akanai out, so he can't heal.
He can't heal himself unless he trades it in. Yeah, I like that because every top deck you're going to do is going to be able to burn Jaka and Jaka.
Oh, and the Taunt Totem.
Man, the Taunt Totem is insane here.
Yeah,
then
so-
the plays is really obvious now. You just go face.
Yeah, so as soon as Pharmacist saw the Taunt Totem, he flipped the switch and he knew when to go in. And this Earth Shock is basically going to seal the game, I think, because Jaka's going to play this the
I mean,
Sludge Belcher.
Now at least the Eternal Trog was strong enough to be able to kill the Arcanine.
right.
Now it opens up Jaka's plays to be able to heal himself. And next turn he can Justicar and heal himself for 4 life. So actually, this might turn around and become Jaka's game.
Yeah, Priest might be able to stabilize off of this. It's actually
Yeah, the Feral
insane.
Spirit wasn't exactly the best top deck he could have had. What Pharmacist is really looking for here is a Doomhammer, and I think Doomhammer should be able to swing this game around.
Lightning Bolt would have also been lethal there, because he has the Spell Power Totem. So
Yeah,
he had a
Spell
lot
Power-
of draws for lethal, but unfortunately didn't pick any of them up. Justicar heal phase is definitely the play for the Priest.
Yeah.
Just needs to start stabilizing his life total. What do you think about playing a second Circle of Healing here and healing up the Belcher? Apparently,
I
Jaka
actually like it because where else are you going to get value on Circle of Healing against
Right.
a Phase Shaman anyways, right? You just want your taunt creatures to be healthy, and you're not really using it for clear with Arcanine because you don't really want to play Arcanine anymore in this matchup. You just want to heal yourself.
Ooh, so he could go with. I think the two viable options are Shapeshift and Life Tap. And if you go with Shapeshift
Life
this
Tap.
turn, okay, does go with the Life Tap. I agree with that.
He needs to be
Picks
top
up the
decking.
Argent
some
Horse
strong
Rider
cards.
off the top.
Yeah, I think Pharmacist is just going to be hard digging for his Doomhammer because that's
Right.
his route to victory. Even have a 1 Rock Bar in hand, which can give him a 10 damage burst.
So what do you do as the Shaman here? Do you play the Horse Rider and trade the Wolf into the Sludge Belcher, or do you just silence it and go face with the Wolf? Looks like he's gonna silence it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, it's a hard play.
Definitely a hard decision.
Oh, he's going Rock Biter. Huh. Interesting.
Looks like he's gonna Rock Biter the Totem and trade into the Justicar and then go face with
Yeah.
the Wolf. I like that play actually.
Oh, he's decided to trade.
No, does trade the Wolf. I'm not so sure about that. Because
Well, at least this way, Jaka doesn't really have a play. Playing
Right.
Arcanine, he's thinking of playing Arcanine, but I'm not sure if you play Arcanine before you heal. You heal and then play Arcanine if you do that, right?
yeah, he needs to sequence this correctly. It could be game breaking whether he plays Akanai first or second. So
Yeah, there's the
does heal first and then play the Akanai. He's gonna be able to cycle with Power Word Shield too. Let's see what he draws.
play the Wild Pyromancer straight off the top.
Yep, and anything that you can play on the board is good news for the Priest.
Yeah,
Whirling
just-
Zap-O-Matic isn't gonna help Pharmacist though.
Oh,
there's
the
Doomhammer, and that's coming
Unfortunately, he
down.
doesn't have the Rock Biter anymore.
Right. But that is
That is a
pushing
very
a lot of
important
damage.
part. Yeah, it's going to be able to at least mitigate Jaka's heal. But I mean, if Jaka does keep his Arcanine Soul Priest around, then Jaka just won't be able to heal, and his Doomhammer might do a lot of damage because it's 16 damage
Right.
just by the Doomhammer within 4 turns. I mean, you're not really looking 4 turns ahead as the Shaman, but it does
Right.
get a lot of value.
Yeah, and Pharmacist is going to be able to put the Priest on a clock, which is really important. So I think you go with the Doomhammer and just play the Zap-O-Matic for more pressure.
Yeah, the
And,
Japa-Matic is a must.
You can use one
answer
charge to
card.
trade into the Pyromancer. Yep. Awesome. So going into turn 10 for the Priest, picks up the Sludge Belcher, and
Sludge Belcher is
that's
great
a
draw.
very important card.
So here,
Jaka
you probably
should be able to
get
heal
rid of the
phase.
Whirling Zap-O-Matic and the Spell Damage Totem. It's probably more important than getting rid of the Southern Finley, right? Because you're not really afraid of a 1-3, but you might be afraid of spell damage. I'm not sure.
Right. So I think you use your Circle of Healing and then just play the Sludge Belcher.
Right. This way he gets a full board clear and he gets to push a lot of damage to face.
No, only 3 damage, but
Well,
You'll take
and then
damage
you
where
get to
you
use a
get it.
heal there too, right? So
Oh, right.
Damage heal to the face. It's going to be 7. So he's going to be putting his opponent in a very short clock here.
Ancestral Knowledge. Esports.
Oh man, there's just no
Picks
burn
up the
spells.
Horse Rider and the Tunnel Trog.
I wonder if Pharmacist plays the second Earthshock here. Because he really needs to draw that to be able to get through the Sludge Belcher.
So if Pharmacist trades in 2 swings with his weapon and the Horse Rider, the Priest has lethal, I think.
Yeah, right now he only has
Okay.
10 damage on board. And
There we
I'm
go.
assuming Pharmacist is going to look to trade.
Is
Yeah.
someone injured?
He's probably gonna look to trade. He was setting up a nice trade, but the priest is just gonna be able to value trade against the shaman, and
Yeah.
yeah, this is looking tough.
The only way he
of
could wonder was if he drew like a Earth Shock, and then tapped into a
Rockbiter.
Rockbiter weapon. Yeah, and then he could charge Argent Horse Rider. That's literally the only way he could have won that.
Yep.
Well,
Looks
this
like
will
he
buy
can
him-
still salvage the situation though.
No, wait, yeah. No, actually, this isn't enough. Plus 3, 4.
I
Yeah, he
believe
has
it
zero
is
power.
because he swings into the Akanai, but the heal doesn't damage anymore.
Right, so you gotta kill the Akanai, right? That makes sense. Okay. That does free up the heal for Jaka, but I'm sure Pharmacy doesn't mind that because he won't be dying next turn this way.
Holy champion.
This game's getting really close all of a sudden.
It's very close. What do you
Do
think
you-
about entombing here, actually?
I think you kind of need to entomb the Whirling Zap-O-Matic because if not, you're taking 6 damage to face. I'm not sure if you can afford that much damage.
Yeah. That's the play he's gonna go with. Never thought I'd be seeing this. So, Priest entombs the Whirling Zap-O-Matic. I'm pretty sure the Priest is gonna heal face. That's
Yeah.
definitely the safe play, but it's the one that leaves you the least risk of dying, so...
Second Doomhammer, not exactly what we're seeing as Pharmacist right now.
Right.
Do you
But
think
at
you
this
clear
point, you
off
have
the
to tap,
Northshire?
right? You
Yeah,
have to
you
tap.
have to tap. What are you playing around? Like, even Holy Nova doesn't kill you right now? Okay.
Oh, Ancestral Knowledge.
That's a
More
good card.
esports.
Ooh, Lightning Bolt. Lava Burst. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Just 8
That
damage.
is a lot of damage.
Okay, he's 2 damage off lethal right now. Wait, no, he has lethal. He has the Horse Rider on the battlefield. That's 5, 10,
that's
14.
exactly
Oh
the-
my
wow.
god! Ancestral Knowledge. Holy
Wow, Pharmacist
crap.
is going to be able to take it with the
Oh
top
my
deck
God.
from Ancestral Knowledge. Exact 2 cards he needed. And that's what you call esports.
Oh
played.
no, I thought Jaka had to stabilize. Wow. Man, that
What a
shot
great
is
game.
ridiculous.
That was
Absolutely.
a great example of control versus aggro right there. And
Mhm.
how strong the Shaman is in this meta. Because
Yeah,
no matter
Find the
how
life
hard the
tap.
Priest tried to stabilize, he just couldn't quite get there. And Ancestral Knowledge being able to draw the exact cards Pharmacist needed. So a little bit of luck, but a little bit of skill too.
yeah, finding the life taps off Sir Finley really helped him out there because his hand was looking really bad and it really helped him draw out of the situation.
Right, so Pharmacist is up 2-0, and now he's stuck on his Warrior. So this is going to be a Dragon Control Warrior.
A
So-
Dragon Warrior with Onyxia.
Onyxia.
I'm wondering if this is Brian Kibler's list because I've seen Brian Kibler been running Onyxia, which is a really weird card. And usually people
Yeah.
like to avoid it because it really doesn't do that much, usually anyways.
Hopefully the Onyxia doesn't get countered by maybe a Sea Giant in Jaka's deck, because it looks like he's running pretty old school Zoo. We saw the Direwolf Alpha and the Dark Iron Dwarf in Jaka's hand. Oh,
And
Val-
interesting as if you're playing as Jaka, well, it doesn't really matter, right? What do you think? When you're already down 2 matches and within a tournament, when it comes to your deck selection, do you think it really matters at all? Because you won't have to win with all 3 decks anyways.
So I like playing my hardest deck first,
Right.
like the hardest matchup. So Jaka's running Paladin, Warlock, and Priest. So I would have probably queued up my Priest again,
Right. 'cause-
just to try to win that matchup, because I don't see the point of like dragging
Winning
on the
your-
so to speak. So
yeah, and then you win your good matchups and then you just lose
Yeah.
a really long, hard-fought battle when you
Yep.
can just get the game finished over ASAP.
yeah, so Pharmacist with the Fiery Wind Axe, really important card in Warrior versus any type of aggro deck.
Yeah.
If you have a Fiery War Axe, you typically get off to a very safe start. And
Yeah. I think it's one of the deciding factor of if the Control Warrior wins a match or not is how often they get Fiery War Axes. Because the card is such good value. Because it almost always 2-for-1s. And
Right.
it's just a really early game removal for 2 mana.
yeah, and good value is exactly what you need as a Control Warrior, especially in the early game.
What do you think
Picks up
Jaka
the
does
Azure
here? Do you think he needs to clear this Blackwind Technician or does he go face?
He doesn't need to clear the Technician. He can power overwhelming the Abusive. That wouldn't be too bad of a play, but looks like that's what he's gonna go with. So he values his Direwolf Alpha really highly.
Yeah, maybe he's looking to draw maybe spiders or Nerubian eggs
Right.
to be activated by Direwolf Alpha.
And Pharmacist's hand is looking really good against this Zoo list. Jaka just picked up the Implosion, but Pharmacist has his own Death Spite. Azure Drake on turn 5 is going to be really solid. So I'd say Pharmacist is looking good so far to sweep this series.
Yeah, also Jaka has been playing pretty ineffective as an aggro deck so far because he had to life tap this turn, the last turn too.
Right.
He
Hasn't
hasn't
been
been
getting
able
the best
to.
of draws.
Yeah.
Ooh, Knife Juggler Implosion. Definitely going to come down though.
For sure. His implosion, he's going to.
This is really important.
Hits for 4. Oh, it's his 4 implosion. And
There
if
we
2
go.
knives hit the Twilight Guardian, it's going to be amazing.
Let's see where they go.
Last knife. No, he's not going to get that lucky. But I mean, that's a 4 implosion, and that's like as much you can ask for when it comes to implosions right there.
Yeah, definitely.
This
So
was exactly what Jaka was looking for to be able to come back on this board.
yeah, and turn 6 coming up for the Warrior player. Looks like he's gonna go with the Death Spite. Although I kind of like playing Blackwing Corruptor a little bit more onto the Knife Juggler and then trading into one of the Imps.
Yeah, I think
But this
Pharmacist
works too.
just wants to be clearing the board next turn with the Death Spite, Death Rattle. Although we do know in Jaka's side of the board, he does have some Defender of Argus to be able to counterplay that
Yeah, and
side.
Defender of Argus is such a great card versus Death Spite as the aggro player, and this is gonna completely stop Pharmacist in his tracks.
Yeah. And even taunting up the Nerubian Egg.
Yeah, taunted up Nerubian Egg is not what you want to be seeing, and you don't want to be seeing your life total below 20. And Pharmacist is struggling right now.
Man,
So-
Implosion is such a polarizing card, eh? Like, the card sometimes does nothing at all. Like, 4 mana for 2 damage and 2 imps is really garbage. And sometimes you get this, and then it just really takes
Right.
over the game.
So I think the play is slamming the Defender of Argus, attacking into the Owl, and then playing an Azure Drake. It depends what he draws off the slam, but
Hmm
that looks
That
like
makes sense to
be
me.
the
You
best
clear
play.
most of the board, and they only got 1/3 left. I mean 1/2, which isn't really threatening at all.
Yeah, and Jaka's going to be able to push for 7 damage with the Defender of Argus number 2 along with the Arcane Golem.
So he's just gonna go with Blackwing Corruptor instead of the Slam.
Yeah, that's a perfectly fine play. He could have also played the Blackwing Corruptor first and then swung in with the Death Spite and then played Battle Rage to draw 2. But I like
Yeah.
him conserving his life total a little bit more.
For sure. I don't think any card draw is what Pharmacist is looking for because he does have double the cards compared to his opponent. He just needs to
Right.
be able to get to that late game and just start playing his gigantic creatures to win, which he already has.
Right.
in his hand.
And it looks like the roles are swapped a little bit here. Pharmacist is the one trying to stabilize this time around, while Jaka's being the aggressor. So
Yeah.
if history repeats itself, then Jaka will be taking this game off of a gnarly top deck.
hmm
But does go with the Direwolf Alpha Arcane Golem.
He's going
Yeah.
to push for 7 damage here, putting Pharmacist down to a very dangerous 5 life total.
Oh, Doomguard off the top. That's
Yeah,
basically GG.
Pharmacist really needs to find some kind of taunt here. And he
So,
can't really
is there
clear
any
the
way-
2/2 either, because the 2/2 you get a 4/4 if you clear it. That's really bad.
Right. Is there any way Pharmacist lives here? I think there's not.
The taunt dragon? Yeah, he's not gonna draw it. The 3/6 taunt dragon might do some work, but even then, yeah, he's not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, and that's gonna be game for Jaka. So he's gonna be able to fend off the sweep for a little bit, but Pharmacist still up 2-1 in the series.
Hmm Well, at least we're not going to be seeing a complete sweep here, and Jaka is going to be able to take this. He's going to throw out the Defender Argus there for extra value.
I kind of don't like showing the second Defender of Argus, but I mean, Pharmacist.
I mean,
has
he
to
wins
assume
with the
that-
deck anyways,
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty standard, but I mean, you can go with playing one. Just
Fair enough.
something small that to remember, but well played by Jaka.
Yeah,
he
just
seems
show
like
it
he's really
as little
comfortable on that
information
Warlock.
as
So.
possible. Yeah, the Warlock was good, and then the Knife Juggler play obviously helping you out there immensely.
Right.
Oh, looks like we have a slight error here because Jaka loaded
Yeah.
up Warlock again. I'm sure he's just going to be Xing the match and just going to be repicking his deck. I'll send him a message here.
So while we're getting this like remake, so to speak, sorted out, I want to talk about the 2 decks that Jaka has left. Okay, so they're just gonna restart.
Yeah,
That's
just
fine.
a simple error for sure.
Yep. So Jaka has his Paladin and Priest left. Because Jaka brought out the Warlock, do you think he's just gonna play his Paladin against the Warrior and go for another easier matchup?
I'm not exactly sure. It's just a coin toss, right? Because I mean, some people just think it doesn't matter whatever you play because you need to win all 3. I do like your idea of playing your hardest matchups first because then you're not wasting your time. Because there's no point winning your easy matchup and then playing your hard deck and then losing after 40 minutes of hard stoning.
Right.
But looks like he is going to go with his stronger matchups first and then play his worst matchup in the end.
Yeah, and that's fine because I mean these players are kind of new to the amateur scene, so to speak, and they're just getting their feet wet. So it's good to get that experience under your belt. So I don't mind Jaka playing his strong matchups at all.
What do you think about Pharmacist playing 2 Battle Rages in his deck? It's not usually a card you see in Control Warriors.
So I think he teched out the Acolytes of Pain and put in Battle Rages. It's a decent substitute, but I like Acolyte of Pain a lot better. I just think
Right.
it creates a lot more pressure that your opponent basically has to deal with. So
I guess it's because the Dragon Warrior deck plays a lot more creatures in the conventional aggro. I mean, the Control Warrior list. So you could be affording to play more Battle Rages.
that's true. Fiery Warrock's off the top is very good.
Yeah, that's a decent draw for
I think
sure.
he's just gonna equip it and not swing, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah, you don't want to be popping the Hunter Creeper because it's just going to get stronger if he does. But
Yeah.
this Muster of a Battle is going to make it really awkward for Pharmacists.
Yeah, that must.
Oh, interesting. What do you think about trading the Hunter Creeper into the Alex Trazos champion?
I like
instead of
trading
using
with
weapon?
base.
Yeah, I like trading with face too, because this way you are a lot weaker to, I don't know, per se, a Whirlwind if he does play, happens to play Whirlwind.
Even a Death Spite too.
Yeah.
So True Silver Champion gonna be played. Swinging into the Technician and just gonna do some value trading here.
Yeah,
But-
the Paladin putting on really good pressure here, and he's going to have the 4-1 weapon for next turn, and he's going to be able to clear out basically anything the Pharmacist plays here. Except Twilight Guardian, I guess.
Oh well, he will be able to clear out Twilight Guardian, but
Yeah,
that's one
using
hell of
his
a top deck,
creatures.
if I do say so myself. I'm assuming Pharmacist is gonna swing with the weapon here. Just knowing that Jaka's gonna be able to clear the Twilight Guardian, so.
I mean, if he doesn't clear a 1-1, then it gives Jaka a good play, a good target for Blessing of Kings and to go face.
Right. Chooses not to swing, so he's definitely going to regret that one.
Yeah.
Alternatively, Jaka could play Knife Juggler into Haunted Creeper, which gives Haunted Creeper the potential to deal 3 damage with the knives. So definitely some flexibility that we can see here from the Paladin player.
I do like holding on to Knife Jugglers in that case when I'm playing to pop Hunter Creeper, because then you can use the Hunter Creeper, because then you can safely guard the Knife Juggler. The Knife Juggler won't die next turn, and then you can just use the Hunter Creeper, which usually doesn't get popped on the turn
Right.
of play. But
Yeah.
yeah, he does decide to go with the Blessing of Kings here, and isn't going to use a weapon and decides to trade with the 5/5.
Yep, and you definitely save the weapon charge if you're trading in that Blessing of Kings Silverhand Recruit. Now, Pharmacist has the response with the Blackwing Corruptor, and you can just trade into the other Silverhand Recruit with his weapon. Does decide to swing in this time. Interesting.
This gives Jaka a pretty easy clear here with his True Solo Champion, and a very easy way to just quickly fill up the board again.
Right, and
with
2, 4, 6
creatures and
coming
2
right down.
knives.
Yep.
So
Also
how
Kage
important do you
Murray.
think is for Jaka to draw a Mystery Challenger here? Do you
Yeah,
think you
he
need
really
to draw
needs
it to win?
something. Or Divine Favor. Because I saw he was running Divine Favor in the mirror match.
Right, he did.
And I think he held on to it. I don't recall him ever playing it, so.
Double slam coming out from the Pharmacist to be able to answer the board quite well. But Bottle Shredder is a very good draw for Jaka because it's going to be able to let him stay perfectly on curve.
That's almost as good as Mysterious Challenger right here. Because
Yeah.
now he can use up all of his mana, and like you said, stay on curve, so really important. Does end up
And I-
taunting up the 1-2.
I do like the taunt going to the 1-2 here, actually. Because it's a target that you don't want to be like attacking very much. And it does keep the Pilot Shredder safe so you can attack with the 4 damage creature more often.
Right. So I think you're forced to swing in here to the Haunted Creeper with the Divine Shield, as bad as it seems. I feel like there's no other play. Next turn, Pharmacist has the
Oh.
Brand into Azure Drake, but Mysterious Challenger off the top, that's basically going to seal the game.
Yeah, Jaka has only gotten 1 secret so far, which was a Noble Sacrifice, so he's going to be able to get the full tree here.
Not quite, because he's not running Repentance, but he's
Yeah,
going to be able
so
to pop
get
out 4
4?
secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who am I?
3-2 coming out from the trade there is also not bad for Jaka.
Yeah, 3 attack minion is definitely what you want to see from the aggressor's side. So, yeah, I think Pharmacist needs Brawl, and that's it.
Have you seen
If he
Brawl in
runs
this deck yet? I don't think I've seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet, and I don't think it runs it, but I mean, that would be nice if he has it.
Yeah, Blackbone Corruptor is okay. He can use it with Brand.
can take
to
out the
kill
Mysterious Challenger, right?
But then
Yeah.
it will just come back to Redemption,
Oh, right.
which isn't exactly what you want. Oh man, this is really bad. Yeah, it looks like
Yep.
this is going to be it.
Yeah, so
This
Jaka's
competitive
going to
spirit
be
is going
bringing
to
it
be
back.
so huge too. Yeah, it's going to bring it
Only
back.
to
Tie
lose
it
with the
1-1.
Priest.
Yeah, as you said, it is his worst matchup, and we'll see if he has indeed wasted all of our time.
Yeah, and it's not over yet. I mean, you can definitely win those near impossible matchups, but I think Shield Maiden may allow Pharmacist to stick around one more turn.
See,
Uh,
2, 6.
11, 13, 15, 17. Yeah, so Jaka's 1 damage off lethal.
That's not bad. I still don't know how you come back from here. Even if you do, I mean, if you roll a Brawl and your Shield Maiden survives, I think that's how you come back, I guess.
I mean, Haunted Creeper is going to get redeemed along with 2.
Yeah, there's
What
just
ones?
no way, right? There's just no way.
Yeah. So, I guess what's going through Jaka's head at this point is, how the hell do I lose this game? And
Mhm.
basically he's just gonna... I mean, trading here isn't even that bad with the Mysterious Challenger, but does decide to go face, saving the weapon charge.
That's going to be it.
Execute's not gonna help. And that's gonna be it. GG.
I wonder what Pharmacist is waiting for. He's just calculating to make sure. I mean, there's nothing to calculate, right? You're just straight up dead here.
Yeah, I think the play is definitely escape concede.
Yeah, I think that's
Does go with the
that's-
escape concede. Well played. So,
Yeah, good call. Good call.
yeah, and Pharmacist is gonna drop 2 games in a row, but this warrior is going against the control priest of Jaka. So
Well, although
definitely
it
advantage
isn't,
Pharmacist.
it isn't a traditional control list coming from Pharmacist, and he does a lot more creatures, and the control priest is really good at dealing against creatures. So it might be a little bit better of a matchup for him. Maybe, I mean, it's not going to be the conventionally awful matchup that you usually see the priest go up against.
Right, and Double Entomb is going to be really good versus those big dragons too. So this may be closer than initially anticipated. Like, the warrior's running all these greedy cards like Chromagus, Ysera, even Onyxia, so that's a lot of Entomb targets. And Thoughtsteal is going to be so valuable in this slow matchup.
Looks like there's actually quite a bit of Bran targets in this deck, huh? Like even the Shield Maiden gets buffed by Bran. Get 10 armor by playing her. That's really sweet. Basically, all of Pharmacist's cards have Battlecry except for his big dragons.
Yeah, even Onyxia can flood the
Even
board.
Onyxia, fill up the board twice.
Because
Only
that's
if that
really
works.
useful.
It fills up your opponent's board.
So it looks like Pharmacist has the opportunity to go aggressive with the coin Alexstrasza's champion, does decide to hold on to the coin, and I actually really like that play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll get in a control mirror. The coin is really important, I find.
Right. Definitely agree with you on that one.
I think
The
Jaka's
priest
hand
hand
is
looking equally as
incredible.
good though.
Yeah.
Injured Blade Master, double power word shield, Northshire Cleric, really strong cards.
And having all the cheap cards in hand early, rather than anything expensive. Thought Steal can maybe do some work if he has nothing to play. And the Power Shield was perfect, so he can protect the Northshire Cleric from the Alexstrasza champion.
Right. And Pharmacist
Yeah.
is forced to hold this Alexstrasza's champion because Jaka does not want the priest to be drawing any cards. But Injured Blade Master going to be coming down.
It's going to be a good target to trade your Alexstrasza champions with.
Yep.
I'm sure
See,
he's going
now
to do
you
that
play the
before.
Alexstrasza's champion off the top just to tilt your opponent.
Of course. Like if I didn't have that, you could have hit with like a 4-5 next turn, Power Shield into a 4-7. There's no way I can get rid of it. But here's an Alexstrasza champion off the top.
Right. Really important for Pharmacist to clear this Injured Blade Master, or else he's never going to get control of the board back.
And you don't really want to be wasting executes on the Injured Blade Master either.
Right.
So that's
Now,
going to be a
Fleet
good
Champion
trade.
is on curve.
Yeah, it's a really fat threat that's really hard to deal with for Pharmacist. And Pharmacist can't really play creatures into this either, because then Jaka will get value by drawing more cards off on Northshire Cleric.
Right, but I feel like Pharmacist has to put something on the board, right?
Like, I mean, that's all. I mean, he does have Slam here, and Slam Alexstrasza champion will be able to get rid of the Northshire Cleric before he gets that value train rolling.
Right. Now, Despite being drawn here from Pharmacist is a really important card. Allows him to clear out a lot of the priest's threats on the board. So-
And Priest doesn't play a lot of threats in the first place.
Yep. All right,
And
here's the esports. We'll see what the priest thoughts deals.
Blackwind Corruptor is not very good. Battle Rage is only very decent here. Like, it's not very good. Two cards that require very specific setups.
But you know what he can do if he has a big board? He can play Wild Pyromancer, Power Word Shield, Battle Rage.
That
and
is
just,
true,
like, draw
and then you
an
can
insane
do
amount of
like,
cards.
and then you can play Northshire Cleric, and then you can a Healing Circle. So
Right.
like,
And then you can just die from fatigue. Sounds like fun.
in the words of Amaz, never go full Northshire.
Never go full Northshire. Great words to live by.
Yeah, that card kills you so fast if you don't.
It really
care.
does. If you allow it to happen.
Yeah.
But
And
I mean,
Jaka
everybody's
playing-
done that at least once.
For sure. You get so excited, the double Northshire on board, you have like a Wild Pyromancer and Healing Circle in hand, you're like, oh my god, how can I lose if I draw 10 cards? then
And
you
the
just-
answer is to fatigue.
Yeah.
Alright, so Twilight Guardian coming down, along with
Jaka's
Armor
playing Confessor Palatrus. What do you think about that card?
Up. Again, a really greedy card, but
Yeah.
in these slow matchups, it's really strong. So
The card is super hype. I mean, it makes for great esports moments, of course.
definitely. And I love all these players running like really greedy cards in their list. It just makes for like so much more exciting gameplay. So
Yeah.
I definitely dig it as a spectator.
Interesting from side of Jaka, he does have the Cabal Shadow Priest and Shrinkmeister combo in his hand. If he does
Right.
decide to save it for turn 8.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to ever use Entomb on
That was
a-
pretty
on, like,
ambitious.
I think you
kind of
could
like
just-
I kind of like swinging in there and then playing Wild Pyromancer Battle Rage
Yeah,
and drawing just one card, but that's not even that bad. So
and then or you can just heal off your Blackwind Corruptor and force Pharmacist to use his weapon.
So I
Because
wanna
you
bring
gotta
up
force that
something-
weapon off.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So Jaka just used Entomb. Do you think Pharmacist is gonna coin Chromagus? It looks like he's thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is a good cue for you to be able to play your threats when your opponent has just used their removal. But it could signal that Jaka has more removal in hand, because a lot of times, like, a reason for a control player to play off their removals aggressively means they just have more removal in hand, right?
Right.
But we'll see if Pharmacist makes the right read here,
Oh, he's gonna draw 2 cards with the Azure Drake.
which isn't
That's
a bad
almost
value
more
either.
greedy than Chromagus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this way, both of your cards this cycle, and even though these, even if these guys get traded off, you're not really that upset. Here, you can Cobalt Shadow Priest the brand. Oh boy.
Let me change your mind.
Shrinkmeister can
A String Miser to
zero attack. Magic break.
That's fantastic. Wow.
Damn, that board. I think
I
the
mean, you-
priest is actually looking really good to win this game.
Yeah.
Well
Are you forced to remove your own Brawn here?
Well played.
Or do you go for the Cabal Shadow Priest?
Oh, that's a tough call. I think you play your boom and then swing, and just like hope for boombot RNG.
That's actually not a bad idea. Where do you swing after Boom? On Cabal?
Yeah, on Cabal, I would say.
Oh.
I think that's the play. Alternatively, you can go with like a
You can
Shield-
swing on
Shield
Cabal,
Maiden?
and then you can Black Wing Corruptor the brand
What
if you're afraid of the value.
yeah. That's what he's gonna do. I guess that's a little safer than like YOLOing the Dr. Boom. So I can appreciate that play.
And it would be a lot more exciting for us if he did decide to go for the YOLO play though.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Especially if it
Pharmacist
works.
not having any golden cards except the Dr. Boom. I think he's got the right idea.
Yeah, and golden cards are just better cards.
Yeah, just gotta make sure to have your Dr. Boom golden because then you will draw him every single time on turn 7, right? Which he did actually, I think.
See, so the priest with museum curator discovered Chilma, and he should have kept the Blackwing Corruptor that he thought stole for that.
And then he topped Twilight Guardian that he decided to put in his deck with it too.
Yep. Obvious misplay. Kappa. Caster's just trolling over here. Alright,
Okay, so Pharmacist got this insanely big handful of big creatures. I think we're going to see some plays here now.
I'm assuming we're just gonna see Boom Hero Power, just so that he can Hero Power every turn, because you definitely want to protect your life total, because this priest is actually pressuring like quite a bit. So
It's just insane how much this Blackwing Corruptor has done work. Because he just played the empty Blackwing Corruptor because he didn't have any dragons in hand, and just been a like 5-power creature who's been pressuring Pharmacist really hard.
oh, and this
Oh,
Wild
man.
Pyro is gonna be
Wild
so
Pyro.
good.
All these little dragons are going to die.
Oh, I don't know
Oh,
about that actually.
why does he light a Naru himself?
I kind of liked trying to get a. Oh, I thought the priest had circle of healing for some reason, but Light of the Naru yourself isn't like terrible, but
I mean, I guess he could light a
could have
Naru.
given something else 1 more HP. So
Yeah, he could light a Naru the museum curator. I don't know. No, that doesn't work because it was a 1/2 anyway. You could have done that on the Blackwing Corruptor, but you traded anyways, and it goes full health. Yeah, no, it makes sense where he used light on Naru on himself. He just didn't have any targets.
right, yeah, because the Wild Pyromancer didn't proc yet, so that's fine. At this point, you have to be asking yourself, do I have to use Gromash for removal, or can I afford to swing with Deathspite? And I think you have to use Grom for removal.
Yeah,
it
the
seems
7/4
kinda bad, but-
going to be a big threat there, and you don't really want to be taking 7 to the face.
I mean, if the Skeleton Knight wins the joust, it just goes right back in his hand, I believe. Could be.
Yeah,
deck.
it does.
I think it's hand. Yeah,
His hand.
returns to his hand. So
I mean, I think the chances for, although Pharmacist does have all of his big cards in his hand. Okay,
yeah, I like the
besides-
Shield Maiden Twilight Guardian. I think this is a safe play.
Yeah, this is very safe right here. Jaka's gonna get some value trades in here, but still,
So
Pharmacist
is it
gotta
time for
find a way
Confessor
to be able to
Paltress?
gain some life back. Yeah, doesn't seem bad. You have a full board, and your opponent is going to be able to have to distribute their removal properly to be able to come back from the situation.
Let's
Confessor
see,
is going to
esports.
bring out a 5/5.
My apologies.
Not bad. It's not
the
bad.
Elite Torn Chieftain.
Yeah.
That
The-
card's a
the-
fun card.
It's Confessor is basically a 9 mana card. It's a 5/4 makes a 5/5, which isn't bad.
So it cost him 9 mana, and he got 10 attack and 9 toughness worth of stats. Seems pretty good.
It's not bad, and also he did get to heal for 2 also.
Oh
Confessor
man,
can be alright if you can play on turn like this.
I never thought I'd say this, but the Warriors looking really bad against this Priest.
I
Just
don't
being
know
able
how
to
you
put down a
attack.
lot of pressure. So I think he's gonna go with Deathbite Blackwing Corruptor on the 7-3.
Blackwing Coral, you never want to really trade your face into it. And yeah, gotta get rid of the Peltress before she gets any more value.
Alright, this joust is actually pretty important, so we'll see who wins.
Alright. Man, I have
Oh,
never seen
Pharmacist.
the Skeleton Knight win. I actually
Never?
have never seen that card. No, I don't even know what the animation looks like when he goes back into your hand. And I play Priest quite often, and I get him like once in a while. I still never have one with it.
Bummer.
Bummer.
Maybe one day.
No value.
No value.
Oh
So it looks
no,
like-
this is going to be lethal, right? Oh, or is it one down?
No,
No,
one off, I think.
Man,
Yeah, he was one off.
the Arcanine top deck was pretty insane. So you can trade the Zombie Chow for damage rather than for...
Oh, okay.
Greetings.
So he can slam into an execute and stabilize, I think.
You
Yep.
can slam the 2/6, swing axe into the Arcanine, execute the 2/6.
Yeah, I think that's the only play. Well, you have to armor up first before you swing into the Akanai, or else you just die.
Yeah.
So
Or I mean, you can you can slam into the 3/5.
Or you can hope for
attack
Boombot
into the
RNG.
2/6. Oh, I like Boombots too.
or you can just Grom and hero power, and then attack into Akanai and clear the 2/6 with your Grom. But you're left at 1 HP.
Okay, this is like what he's gonna go for.
Oh, you're left at 2 HP. I can't math.
Not quite what was.
Okay, okay.
Oh, this is so close.
Promise is doing it. He's doing it. His hand is full of creatures. If you can stabilize,
Sludge Belcher.
Sludge
That's
Belcher is
not
not
2
bad.
damage.
I mean,
So I guess you just Justicar and
I like
what do you
Sludge
do here?
Belcher while Pyromancer here. Because then your opponent needs 2 removal.
Welcome to the grand.
Or he can do this too. He still, but man, he can armor up next turn and trade into the 6/3, and you still don't have lethal. I like Sludge Belcher Justicar there because you don't really need to heal.
right.
Oh wait, you can't. Never mind.
Quite
What are we
possible.
doing? That's 11 mana. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Just ignore what I
I
said.
mean, he had nothing else to do, so might as well.
Yeah. No, that's the correct play from Jaka. Wow. Man, Pharos is just turning it around with legendary
Yeah,
after
he can
legendary.
actually stabilize. He can slam, armor up, and play both Blackwing Technicians. That's looking like a pretty strong play. And he's gonna have 2 3/5s and 4 life. And the Priest has 11 cards. And I'm pretty sure he has an Entombed Twilight Guardian somewhere in his deck.
He already have drawn a Twilight Guardian.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, and died. Oh, there is the 2 damage, just 1 turn late. No.
Rip. So I guess you just play the Sludge Belcher and pass. Or heal for swag, as my co-caster Matt would say.
The heal for swag.
Heal for swag.
Oh no,
Alright,
this is looking bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and the...
Do you play
Okay.
Chromagus here?
I don't think you can. I think you Fiery War Ox and just hero power. Because, I mean, you just need to do everything you can to hero power every turn. So,
Right.
I think Chromagus is, like, so greedy.
Oh, he's gonna go for Chromagus. I mean, what in the Priest that can do 3/9? Oh, Arcanine. There it is. Oh, he got the Arcanine. No, he got punished
Oh
so
my
hard. He got punished.
Play.
No.
You should have armored up. Like, why would you not armor up?
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
No.
Slap.
I was what? Oh my god! I was just thinking like, there's nothing the priest can draw except Arcanine. Oh my god!
And that's
God
gonna,
damn.
so Jaka is gonna complete the esports dream and reverse sweep. So that was insane. That was a
How
really
exciting
good series.
was that? Yeah.
I thought
Alright.
Francis had that one in the back, but
Yeah, me too. Oh, that game was so swingy. It went back and forth so many times.
yeah, that
Alright,
was
guys.
super exciting. So
We'll be right back with the other semifinal. I believe it's between what are their names?
it's gonna be between Taipon and Betok.
And what's his name? Leonats?
Oh yeah, Leolax. You're right.
Alright.
So be sure to follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/random championship series. Follow our Twitter at esportsrcs. And if you want to play in these tournaments, you can go to randomcs.com and sign up for the next tournament. And be sure to stick around. More Hearthstone in 5. Be right back, guys.
Child of Iris, coming crisis. You're invited sorry. That's my story. I know less than most do. See yourself.
Yeah, hey guys, welcome back. We have our game for Alec Nats versus Taipan coming to you very soon. They're in the deck selection screen, and we should be getting into it very shortly.
Yep. So Typon is bringing Paladin, Warlock, Druid, and Alec Nats is bringing Paladin, Warlock, Mage. So we're bound to see some mirror matches here and there.
Are they both playing Paladin Warlock?
Correct.
Right, and the only difference is Mage and Druid, huh?
Yep. And Typon looks like he's gonna start with his Druid. So really strong deck, but pretty bad against Zoo, which Alec Nats is running. So. But Typon's hand is really good. He has the Wild Growth, he has the Aspirant, and
Yeah.
that's basically all you can ask for. He's gonna mulligan the Force of Nature for sure. But
Yeah, he
that's a
even
great hand.
has the what's that spell called? The 2 mana
Wrath?
deal 3 damage. Wrath, yeah. This hand is insanely good. Just have all the early drops and then even ramp to be able to play your late game cards earlier.
Yeah, definitely a solid curve. That
Exactly
ramp
what
is
you're
really important, especially against Zoo. One of the cards that you want to look for in this matchup is Swipe.
Mhm.
Really good versus all the 1 health minions, as well as Imp Gang Boss. So
Are both of the players, maybe the both of the players are waiting for it to time out on the mulligan?
oh,
Yeah, I think
double
that's what they're
Aspirant.
doing.
This is insane.
Yeah, so you can coin on Aspirant to next turn Aspirant. It's pretty nuts. And even no play on the turn 1 from the side of the Zoolock. The Druid's
Yeah,
gonna be
I
able
think
to
he's.
get the
I
first
think
turn.
the reason for that is he wants to hide what he's playing.
Yeah,
um,
for sure.
Otherwise, Abusive on turn 1 is almost always a good play.
Yeah.
So
And if he plays Dark Peddler next turn, you just have no idea what the Warlock is playing, because basically every Warlock that plays Dark Peddler.
right, and that's definitely not a target you want to silence. But Alec Nats is playing the Knife Juggler to contest
Yeah.
the Darnassus Aspirant, so that's gonna get
Definitely
wrapped
need
down.
to be able to trade with the Narcissus Aspirant, or it's going to be able to get your opponent way too much value. It looks like
Yeah,
that is what it's
Wrath
going
there
to
is
be
fine.
doing.
Imp Gang Boss on turn 3, looking pretty good.
Yeah. It looks like from the side of Taipan, we're probably going to be seeing a turn 3 Polish Shredder, thanks to that Darnassus Aspirant.
Yep, that ramp though, pretty strong. Pretty straightforward plays from each player so far.
Mhm.
So I guess we should talk about the later turns of this game and what each player is looking to do. So the Warlock player is looking to just fill up the board. I actually like that value trade.
Yeah, it's a
because
very good value
The Shredder has to attack into the Void Caller or the Void Walker. So the Warlock wants to flood the board, which he's doing a great job of.
And then win ASAP.
Yeah, and the Druid wants to stabilize with cards like Druid of the Claw that he has in his hand,
Mhm.
and contest the board with stuff like Keeper of the Grove, which he also has in his hand. So
And
both
definitely,
players doing what they're supposed to.
definitely in matchups like this, the Druid, although they do still run the double combo, it's not exactly what you're looking for to win in this matchup.
Right, you basically just want to kind of burn the Warlock out of threats, but it's
Yeah.
so hard with that hero power.
But your cards do have higher value on themselves.
That's true.
Like Druid of Claw usually can get like 3 or 2 cards at least out of the Warlock player. And of course, I mean, in the end, the combo might end up finishing the Warlock. But what ends up winning the game is the slow grind.
Yep. So, yeah, Implosion on the 2-4. I definitely think that's the better target.
But he
Does
does get a
roll a
little
2,
bit unlucky there.
unfortunately.
But still, gives him a very good trade there with the Abusive Sergeant.
It does give him a good trade, however, he's very vulnerable to swipe. I guess he would have been
Mhm.
just as vulnerable to swipe before, but...
Yeah. But in the case he doesn't have swipe, this is a lot worse.
Right. Ooh, that's a really good top deck. Power Overwhelming.
You know, Dark Peddler
Oh,
first.
Reliquary
Oh,
Seeker.
Reliquary Seeker is
Value.
insane! Wow!
Alright, so...
And even Flame Imp. Nah, you can't even play the Flame Imp unless you trade
Sometimes
multiple
lucky.
creatures. Oh, you can trade multiple creatures, you can play Flame Imp. Man, what a turn!
Yeah, I like trading the multiple creatures and playing
It's a lot more stronger, and it does make you stronger against the swipe for sure, as
Right.
you mentioned.
Yeah, and you need a Power Overwhelming to trade into the Druid of the Claw anyway, so... And now, the Druid is forced to use Keeper of the Grove on the Reliquary Seeker, and not something like maybe a Void Caller if he's running
Yeah.
some demons, so...
Not exactly what you want to be seeing. As the
Another
green
Dark
levels.
Peddler, though. Nice.
This Dark Peddler's been doing work.
Looks like you're gonna go with the
Clockwork
Clockwork Gnome. Hopefully he gets a Rusty Horn, so we can further further advertise our tournament.
Self-promote.
Oh yeah, gotta love it. But this board is just huge, and the Druid's gonna have trouble dealing with it if he doesn't draw swipe soon.
Yeah.
Um,
He is a third through his deck so far, so he does have a decent chance of drawing it.
and the Warlock's doing a lot of trading actually, and his
Yeah.
life total is so low just because of all the life tapping and the Flame Imps that he's played. So
What do you think about trading? Versus
I don't
going
know.
faster?
I think he probably should have value traded some things and then went pace with others, and just left one creature on the board. But this
Well,
play
he's
seems
gonna
fine
have
too.
Great
And
answer.
Power Overwhelming on the Clockwork Gnome is going to be really good to clear the Druid of the Claw out.
Oh, and Nerubian Egg to combo with the Direwolf Alpha next turn too.
Yep,
Very nice.
those are the cards that you want to be seeing. I wonder if he's going to save the Power Word or the Power
Yeah,
Overwhelming.
looks like he
Looks
does.
Time Rewinder. Oh, he can Time Rewinder the Dark Peddler and discover another card.
That's true. If he does have enough mana next turn, which he's probably going to do,
I have
unless he
no
top
time
decks
for
a
games.
Doomguard or something.
Yep. This Sylvanas tech from the Druid is pretty interesting. It kind of makes me think, is he running combo? But then I see the double Savage Roar, and
Yeah.
that kind of answers my own question.
What do you think about Sylvanas in the Druid deck? You think it's good?
I think it's a little bit slow in this meta, but
Right.
it's always been good. I feel like
Yeah, I mean,
it just creates so much pressure.
It's a
But
value card, and you just can't say no to it, right? Because it's going to be good almost any time.
right,
You
So,
play
it
it
looks like-
against a board full of creatures, unless they have a silence, it's going to take something.
right, and I think the Warlock already used his Owl, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Turn 9, Ancient of Lore and Hero Power looks really good to cycle some cards.
And
Not sure
Sylvanas
what else
probably
you could do
goes into the 2-3. Man, the Defender of Argus placement was very good there.
Yeah, because
Forcing-
either way, you have to attack into... Okay, there's the swipe. A little bit late. But either way, you have to attack into the taunt and give the opponent more creatures. So
Mhm.
that's a pretty good for the Warlock.
And, oh man,
that's
Taipan has a lot of
damage.
damage. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I think that
15,
might
17.
be it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
going to be it with the Defender of Argus. Because it's going
Wow.
to buff up the spiders.
Wow.
So good
What a play.
lethal spot from the Warlock.
And Time Rewinder. And he top decks of Doomguard too.
Yeah, that's just so much damage. So that's going to be game.
Will do more damage than he needs.
Wait, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly lethal. Nice. That was a really cool kill.
Wow.
So that's gonna be game. And
Yeah,
the Warlock
good
wins.
presence of mind there to be able to use the Time Rewind to do extra 2 damage there to get the perfect lethal.
Yeah, that was really smart. Good lethal spot there by Eliknats right there.
Mhm.
So now that he
that
has
was the first game,
weird-
right?
Yeah, that was only the first game. So he has Paladin and Mage left.
What do you
So-
think you go with here afterwards? That win.
I think you go with the Mage just because it has a good matchup versus Druid, and you expect your opponent to play the same deck again, just to not
Mm-hmm. Right.
show his other decks. So I think the Mage is a strong opener, and Mage is generally really good versus Druid, with the exception of Freeze Mage. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see.
Those mirror entities usually do a lot of work against Druid because Druids don't have a lot of small creatures except for the Dionysus Aspirant.
Yep.
any kind
And
of
that's what you
tempo
want to
based
be playing the mirror entity too. Does go with the Paladin though. Interesting.
Malfurion.
I definitely.
I
wouldn't
heard
go with
somewhere
Mage.
that Paladin's also decent against Druids
I
too.
will fight with honor.
And Kazan in the side of on the side of Taipan in his hand.
Yeah, that's a really good tech versus Eliknat's lineup with the Paladin and the Mage. So.
Yeah, if
Oh
he
my
does
gosh,
both
that
against-
mulligan. Craigasm. Darnassus
I mean-
Aspirant, Wild Growth, Wrath. That's exactly what you want. But
Yeah, that was
Eliknat's
exactly
hand
what he had
is just-
last game too.
Yeah.
Well met.
I mean, it didn't go as well for him last time. We'll see if he can pull it out this time. Just couldn't be able to stabilize against Alknatz's relentless Zulok for sure.
Right. So at this point, you play the Darnassus Aspirant over Wild Growth because there's literally no card that could kill your Aspirant right here. So
Hmm
good presence of mind from Taipon to play the Aspirant instead of Wild Growthing. You want to play Wild Growth versus like
These plays seems it's so familiar because this is exactly what happened last game.
Fusion.
yeah. That's
He
funny.
played Narcissus Aspirant and Aleknaz played Knife Juggler and then
Yep.
Taipan played Wrath. This is exactly the same opener, minus the Noble Sacrifice. That's pretty nuts.
Yep. Getting some deja vu over here.
Some major case of deja vu.
Divine Favor gonna be good later, but not as good now. Coin True Silver is you basically have to do this just to stop the Druid from ramping. Really important. But that's gonna put the Druid on 4 mana, and he can Wild Growth Hero Power or just play the Shade.
If you Wild Growth here, he can play the Emperor next turn, but decides to go
Yeah,
start
but-
building up the Shade.
The thing is, you want to discount like combo pieces, and Taipon doesn't have any combo pieces, so I just like the Shade. I think that's a perfectly fine play.
Yeah, and Shade does get worse every single turn you do not play it.
Right. So a lot of options for the Paladin here. He can Shredder, he can double Minibot, he can Minibot Knife Juggler, he can Knife Juggler Hero Power.
Let me.
I think the Shredder is just a good play. Just put something big and sticky on the board.
Yeah, you can't
Wow, that
really go
sounded
wrong
wrong.
with Shredder ever,
Yep.
because usually it's going to be able to soak up a removal spell, and even then you can get another creature off of it.
Yeah, and it can soak up something like a Keeper of the Grove too, which Typhon does have in his hand. Does decide to go with the Wild Growth Hero Power and just
Yeah,
swing face with his Shapeshift.
perhaps
Just so he
thinking
can
of
play
playing
Lord
Ancient
next
Lord next turn. Yeah.
Yep.
He has 2 lords in hand, so he doesn't want to get those out of his hand and draw more cards.
Oh, he's gonna get punished by Divine Favor so bad. Oh, this is gonna
Yeah,
be
the Divine
easy.
Favor is going to be so strong. Man,
All
that
right,
card I find is very tilting for me. Divine Favor
Yeah,
card that can be so good sometimes.
yeah, I agree. It's really tilting for a lot of people. I don't know. It's just hard, really challenging to play around.
And some decks just can't play around it because it's just like as fast you can play your cards, are usually 1 card at a turn. A Sacred Trial on the side.
Oh, this is actually gonna be really good. Because he can minibot Sacred Trial and then draw 6 cards. Oh
Man.
man.
Oh, that's so much value. 3 mana, draw 6.
Trump would be so proud.
Value everywhere. This is bleeding value from years.
So I think the play is minibot into the 5/5 and then swing into the 5/5 with your weapon and go face with the Shredder.
Yeah, that's what he does end up going
Yeah.
with. And Taipan has, I mean, a lot of cards in hand, but not a lot of mana to do anything with.
But that's a pretty good BGH target.
It is for sure.
The 7/5. So I think that's what
Can
he's
play
going to be clearing out.
BGH and Keeper of
BGH
the
and
Grove?
Druid of the Claw.
Yeah,
Looks really solid.
Right.
Alternatively, he could go for like the greediest Emperor 2016 and just hero power. But
And
he's
then
susceptible
attack
to
into
like
Polished
so much
Shredder.
stuff.
yeah.
Fortunately
Emperor
for
does help
Typhon,
clear his hand. Oh, this is really hard. I mean, he can decide to go remove 2 creatures here if you want to play the Keeper of the Grove too.
right?
Big game under
For
Keeper.
no one.
Yeah, unfortunately for Typhon, Eliknats doesn't have like Tyrion, he doesn't have Boom, he doesn't have Mysterious Challengers, like the big
Oh
cards.
my god. Triple
Goes for the
Shillelagh.
greediest Emperor NA, and triple mini bot is kind of cool to see on the board. I just want to see Eliknats play double Coghammer, just so all the mini bots get Divine Shield back.
If you get lucky, for sure. You go with 1 at least.
I actually like the Blessing of Kings a lot better here. And I think he should have swung with the mini bot with the Divine Shield. But he's gonna decide to flip the switch and go face. And
Well, this
this
is going
is
to be
fine
really
because
good.
he's setting up lethal.
Because he has Noble Sacrifice to protect his creatures and a Competitive Spirit. And there's no way you won't be able to remove double 2 Divine Shielded targets and a Hunter Creeper on a single turn. So you're going to have a lot of creatures for Competitive Spirit.
Yeah, and I think there's no way Typhon can stabilize here. So that's gonna put Eliknats up 2-0.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be
If
very
Eliknats can pull it off. Which, it's looking really good.
He even has the Blessing of Kings next turn for extra damage.
So I think you have to Ancient of Lore, heal yourself, and then silence the mini bot.
You can decide to go for double Gorilla Claw, even. But you can't do that anymore because you did decide to use the 0 power.
Yeah, that definitely would have saved him. So I guess he's gonna Keeper of the Grove and then Druid of the Claw. Okay, so he just does 2 damage. Yeah, that's fine.
He's going to get second turn with the Emperor. I'm not sure if that's going to end up mattering here, but if he does stabilize, he has some really cheap cards in hand.
And that's gonna be lethal with Blessing of Kings on the Spider, or the
Well
Haunted
played.
Creeper, attacking into the Druid of the Claw, and then just going face with everything else.
Yeah,
That's
the
8
Claw
damage,
Hammer is
so
going to
that's gonna be game.
end it, yeah, for sure.
So
Very
Eliknats is
clean
gonna go
finish.
2-0.
Yeah, Eliknats was very impressive play so far. He's been playing super clean, no misplays so far.
Yep. No
Just running
misplays.
through Typhon. With no,
And Eliknats is stuck on his mage, so, and that has a really good matchup against Druid.
okay against Warlock. I'm
Depends
not sure
on
about
what kind of
Paladin.
Warlock. If it's Zoo, I'd say the mage is favored. If it's Reno, the mage is not favored. But does skew the Druid again, so
Malfurion!
this is gonna be a tough one. But toughest matchup first, I like it.
You asked
And this
for
hand
it.
from the mage is just absolutely insane. Looks like it's a
Yeah.
tempo mage.
It's going to be
And he's keeping
Druid's worst
everything.
matchup.
Another Darnassus Aspirant Wrath. Where's the Knife Juggler? Come on.
Man, Typhon's been getting this insane hand every single time.
Yeah.
Okay, Eliknats now just got like top deck.
You know what's crazy though? Typhon has gotten like these really good hands, but he hasn't won.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all these hands, but nothing to show for it. Very unfortunate.
My
Wow.
magic
And
will tear
that
you
Living Roots
apart.
Darnassus Aspirant into Shredder. If he can pull it off, that's such a good start.
Yeah, and
Esports.
combo builders. I mean, he can esports more with it, but I'm not sure he doesn't really have any big cards in his deck. So we'll see what it does towards the end.
Oh man,
But
this
so
Druid
far
is
it's
getting
not
off to
bad.
such a quick start.
Yeah.
Hopefully the
it's a
mage
lot.
can recover.
I
think
the
he's fine.
mage is looking to recover probably with a really big Flame Waker turn.
Hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, I like the Mirror Entity here. I think that's fine. And putting down the Recombobulator for more presence. I think you have to at this point.
At least it forces the druid to trade his saplings or something. Or
Right.
you shapeshift on it. I mean, it doesn't do much, but it does something at least.
You might feel
I mean, you can't just leave an empty board against, what, 8 damage?
Hmm
Like, you could just Savage Roar and push for 18.
And you don't really want to be recombobulating any of your cards.
Yeah. Mage cards are pretty solid as they are.
Yeah.
So, looks like this
Wrath.
Recombobulator is going to get Wrath down. Not playing around the counterspell. So, now he knows it's not counterspell.
He could have Savage Lord there for huge
I'm
amount
pretty
of
sure
damage.
he's setting up lethal for next turn.
Yeah, wow, he runs second Savage Lord. Goodness. Okay, if Eliknats doesn't do
Yeah.
something. Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to start firing some spells off with Flame Waker and Sorcerer's Apprentice. You can Flamewaker, Coin, Sorcerer's Apprentice, Mirror Image, Arcane Missiles. That's a good turn.
Seems good. That's basically a fireball split across 6 targets, or split across random targets. So
Yeah.
plus the
One.
arcane missiles. This
Jeez.
is basically gonna be a board clear. Oh, Jeweled
And
Spirit.
everything going on creatures. Okay, it finally hits face a little bit. Wow, what a turn.
Yeah, that's what Tempo Mage does. They just swing the game in one turn, practically
Yeah, Flame
dropping his
Waker.
entire hand. So,
Flamewaker, Sorcerer's Apprentice, such a good combo.
and the thing is, the mage has 2 more spells and cycle. So this is looking really good for Elignats to sweep.
Mhm. And then it even has the Mirror Entity secret down right now, so Taipan can't play any big creatures.
Right, but I feel like he has to play something. And
Yeah, he does.
give the druid
Fortunately, his
give
hand
the,
is full of like Savage Wars and combo pieces.
right. So it looks like probably Esportal and Arcane Influx.
Oh,
Tuskar Totemic
Tuskar
is actually
Totemic is not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what he gets off of it.
Hopefully he places it right, just in case he gets Flame Tongue. So he should put it to the left of the Flame Waker.
Did you bring some fish?
Aw.
Well, if he gets Flame Tongue, he buffs up the Mirror Image. He does get just basically another Mirror Image off of it.
Yep.
Not exactly what you
Emperor
want to be seeing, but it's not bad.
Do you think you Force of Nature here, just to clear stuff? Probably not. I don't think you're that
Clear
desperate.
2 Mirror Images and a Tuskar Totemic, it just seems so lame. But you might have to.
Yeah,
'cause
but
what
you're
else?
giving your opponent an Emperor, so I think
Yeah,
you have.
you can't really give your opponent Emperor, right?
Gosh, the Druid is stuck in like this really weird spot where he doesn't want to play any creatures.
Yeah, he's
Doesn't
creatures are
wanna-
way too high value.
Man, and the mage is just getting top deck after top deck and being able to cycle a lot, and finally cycling into his burn about 10 cards or 13 cards into his deck, which is exactly when you want to see it. So,
Mhm.
and Elignats can play on curve again next turn with the Flamewaker Fireball.
And you're gonna be giving your opponent 5/5 now. I mean, he doesn't get the battle cry, but still, it's a huge creature.
So if the Flamewaker pings hit face, that's lethal.
Oh, double Flame Waker. He's gonna make it easier.
I think this is GG.
Yeah, let's see where the pings go.
Unless he gets really unlucky. Oh, looks like the end turn button is still available, so he's gonna be left with some life. Oh, one
One
damage.
life. So if he did ping one more, he just literally went 50-50. 2
Yep.
pings to Ancient Lore, 2 pings to face.
Yep. So he needed
But-
3 out of 4 to hit face. So
I don't know how you can come back from this as a druid against mage.
yep. I think this is GG. A
And that
double
was a
Savage
sweep, right? It's a 3-0.
Yeah. Super
Yeah,
clean
just-
too. Like
Oh,
I pretty
yeah,
much agree with
just-
every play that Elignats went through with. So
it seems like he had the perfect plays every single time.
and that's gonna do it. Quick
So
series.
he's gonna play he's going Arcane Missiles to kill his opponent. Let's see if it does it. Yeah.
The extended BM. Oh, first one.
All 3.
All right, and that's gonna be GG from Elignats, taking the series 3-0.
I'm
Super
impressed
well
with
played,
that.
super clean. Taipon just kept
Seemed
getting
completely outclassed
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
Elignats
that's
is like
just
a really
it.
strong player.
yeah. Elignats really strong play. Super clean, like we've been saying.
Yeah,
Over-
I'm really excited to see the final match. I feel like Elignats seems like has a good chance of taking it. I feel like he's a really strong player from what I've seen there.
Yeah, definitely. And Jaka seemed a little shaky in his first few matches because
Mhm.
he was down 0-2, but
He also did make a couple of
you put that.
misplays here and there, but we'll see.
Right. Well, we're going to take a quick break before we head into our final match, and that's going to be Jaka versus Elignats. Be sure to follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Random Championship Series. Be sure to follow our Twitter at esportsrcs. And if you want to play in these tournaments, go to randomcs.com and be sure to sign up. We have tournaments tomorrow and Saturday, so be sure to stick around. We're going to go on cooldown real fast, but we'll be back soon. See you guys.
All right, welcome back, guys, to our finals for the Rusty Horn, where these players are going to be fighting for a cash prize and WCS points. It's going to be Alec Nats and Jaka going to be playing for our finals here.
Yep. And Alec Nats opened with his Warlock, and Jaka is opening with the Secret Paladin.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong with the opening with Secret Paladin, I think. Just a really good. It has really a few bad matchups, right?
It has some bad matchups. Like Freeze Mage is a really bad matchup that
Right.
I can think of off the top of my head. Control Warrior is sort of bad, and yeah, I don't know. Secret Paladin's just a really strong deck right now. So
And Alec Nats with an insane turn one. He's going to be taking
Yeah.
He's going to be taking a fireball to the face, but it's not going to matter because he's going to be able to take a huge board presence here.
yeah, that board's gonna be really good. We do see Mysterious Challenger and Dr. Boom in Jaka's hand, so it's gonna be a slow start for the Secret Paladin, and
Mhm.
the Zoo looks like is just gonna roll over it at this pace.
Callhammer seems like a very good card here. Being able to
Definitely a
taunt off your
great card.
creature and clear the board. And it's really
Besides
awkward
that,
for
yeah.
for Alec Nats because he can't even pop the egg even if he wanted to without Mr. Sergeant.
Right. He does have another one in his hand, and he has the Defender of Argus next turn, so that's
Yeah.
gonna be really strong.
Definitely setting up for a strong Defender Argus turn.
Oh, Tyrion. So Jaka's got the Triage of Doctors, but nothing else really to back it up.
Yeah.
So I guess he's just gonna dude pass.
Definitely a really terrible starting hands here from Jaka. Want to be drawing these cards late game, not playing them so early. No,
Right, so
that's
the Warlock's
taking over
just
game.
gonna trade in the eggs with his board, primarily because he wants the eggs to die, just so he can get the 4/4s.
And Secret
and,
Keeper is not exactly the top deck you're looking for.
Right,
I'll never
but it's something to play, so that's
Mhm.
good. And Jaka hasn't drawn any secrets, which is also sort of good. I mean, the Noble Sack helps early game with the aggression of the Warlock, but
His next turn is going to be pretty good with Mr. Challenger. He'll be able to get the 4 secrets that he does play in his deck, all of them out.
right.
Although playing Mr. Challenger when you're behind on board isn't that strong.
It's not
It's a
that
lot.
strong, but I mean, it gives you like a lot of stuff to deal, or a lot of stuff for your opponent to deal with. So,
Hmm
Blessing of Kings. Alec Nats did leave up one of the Silverhand recruits, and I remember a few games ago where, I believe it was Pharmacist on Warrior, and he didn't clear off one of the 1/1s, and it got punished by Blessing of Kings, and Alec Nats did the
Yeah,
same
he
thing.
did.
But
I mean, but it is a turn 6, and Alec Nats was maybe just expecting to see a Mr. Challenger coming down.
oh, this is so much damage. Is that lethal?
It's going to be a lot for sure.
I think this is lethal, actually.
3, 4, 5, 10, 16, 16.
Yeah, this is lethal.
Yeah, this is lethal. Wow.
So, quickest game 2016 is gonna go over to Alec Nats, and he's gonna take a super quick 1-0.
And that's, yeah, as long as he sees it, which I'm sure he does.
I mean, he's spotted very tricky lethals before, so.
Yeah. Oh, is he going to
Wait.
trade? Oh, he's trading.
Oh, he missed it.
He did miss lethal. Like that. There's the first misplay we see so far. Oh no. Well, wow. If he ends up losing here, it's going to be really, really, really tragic.
Yep.
Because he had 6 extra damage in hand. And he had 11 damage on board after triggering his noble sacrifice.
Yeah, that would definitely be rough if he lost. But I'm sure he can still win this game. I mean,
Yeah,
he's.
Jaka's hand is still full of expensive cards that he can't really lay down fast.
I mean, the power that the Warlock has on the board is just overwhelming. If
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
On the board and in hand, I guess.
Yep. On and in hand. Yep. There we go. Trying to dish out some puns. So Alec Nats, if he top decks basically any damage, he just wins
Oh,
the
there's
game.
Defender Vargas. That is damage right there.
But he does have to play around Noble Sack, so
Which
Oh,
he
never mind.
does.
It's competitive spirit. I forgot.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be lethal if he spots it.
My shield.
It was just a really easy lethal right there.
Hopefully he's not 1 point of damage off. No, he's not.
No, it's perfect. Dull.
He did miss 1 point of damage. Because
There we go.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter though.
Yeah. Again, very easy victory for Alignats. It just seems like all the games are going his way so far. Very
Yeah,
smooth
really,
wins,
really
very
aggro
fast.
decks that just go face, like Face Hunter, Zoo Warlock, Flood Warlock, are really strong versus Secret Paladin. And Secret Paladin sometimes has trouble with the early game, but I mean, if Secret Paladin has a good curve, it can pretty much beat any deck. So
Yeah. Secret Paladin with just like things like, turn 1, Secret Keeper, turn 2, Knife Juggler, turn 3, Buster for Battle, things like that. And then the deck curves into Mr. Challenger and Tyrion. It's insane.
You asked for
yep.
it.
So this matchup is going to be Tempo Mage versus Paladin. Jaka bringing back the Paladin again, and Eliknat's going to transition to the Mage. What do you think of this matchup?
This matchup, I think it's actually pretty even. The Mage can take control of the board really easily. The Divine Shields coming up from the side of Paladin really isn't as strong against Mage because you have the hero power and also the Fire Waker.
Right.
And you can get a really strong board presence, and a Secret Paladin that can't really control the board early usually ends up losing.
So we see Ethereal Conjure in the hands of Eliknats, and I absolutely love this card. I think it's
Yeah.
a slightly greedier option as opposed to the Azure Drake, but I
Mhm.
feel like it pays off more often than not. So what do you think about Ethereal Conjure? And
Yeah, I've in my Tempo Mage deck, I've cut the Azure Drakes for Ethereal Conjure. I feel like this card is better most of the time. It does get removed more easily, but if it doesn't get removed, it does push a really high amounts of damage. And you can find like really weird cards that you don't usually play in your deck. You can find you extra secrets you don't play. Sometimes you can find you like an ice block, so you can survive a single more turn to go burn your opponent out. Things like Flame Strike, which you might not play, Blizzards, all the really sweet tech cards you can get lucky with on the Ethereal Conjurer.
Yeah, definitely. And
That's also
as we just saw,
exciting.
Arcane Intellect into the Frostbolt, declining to attack with the Sorcerer's Apprentice, just because he wanted to play around Noble Sack, but we do see that is indeed an Avenge, and Arcane Missiles off the top is a really good top deck.
Yeah. So Arcane Missiles here. It is going to trigger the Avenge, but he is going to be able to trade in with his Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Right. Hopefully he
Oh.
didn't ping that
I am sorry.
dude
Pinged
too
that by
soon.
mistake.
Oh, he did.
And he could play the Mad Scientist here if he didn't. Oh yeah, so it wasn't. He just saw it wrong, right? I guess. Because
Yeah.
he just he was just assuming Noble Sacrifice, so he just pinged the creature ASAP.
Yep.
That's unfortunate.
Yep. Gotta take your time with these matches. Like, the adrenaline is rushing through these players, and like, they're really excited to be playing and everything, but, taking your time is something that I myself need to work on, and I feel like every player can learn from the slower players. And
I feel like I've made those kind of mistakes all the time too. Just
Oh, yeah.
not thinking about what secrets are going to be popping and mistakenly using your mana too fast. There's just
Right.
really no point that you can just take an extra second to be able to see where like the stuff is landing.
Right. So Jaka's gonna equip the True Silver and trade into the Ethereal Conjure, going down to 16 life. I think that's fine keeping the Shredder on the field. It's really good presence, but that's gonna get Forgotten Torched down. We'll
Yeah,
see what
Forgotten
pops out of
Torch,
the
a
Shredder.
really sweet card. Ooh, a 4/1. And
Oh,
two
and that
4/1s
redemption on the Shredder. Dang.
Of course, Fire
that's
Blast is
value.
going to be able to do some work here, but yeah, definitely redemption hitting
My
one of the best
magic-
targets
my
with the
magic will
entire
tear-
deck.
My magic will tear you apart.
If not for
And-
Pilot Shredder, it's probably like Tyrion Foldering to get redemption.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
Eliknats is pretty upset by that. I would definitely be upset too. If
And Blessing a King pushing so much damage.
yeah, it's just ridiculous amounts of damage. So I think you have to Mana Worm Fireball.
Force the Fireball for sure.
Right.
He decides to hold on to the Mana Worm.
Yep. Scavenging Hyena. So I guess he should
I
have.
wonder why he didn't play Mana Worm.
Yeah, I like that. But Jaga's just gonna coin out Tyrion, and that's gonna be the dagger in the heart right there. Unless this Ethereal Conjurer can pull a Polymorph, I don't see any way that Elknuts can come back. He seems pretty tilted too, with all the emotes.
He's got a Polymorph 4? Yeah, he got a Polymorph 4. Damn.
And a Polymorph.
Well, that's going to be removal for it.
Sometimes lucky.
Sometimes lucky. Man, he gave you both options of the Polymorphs too. How
Right.
perfect is that?
Yeah, the war was just on curve, so worth. I guess that's why he went with it. So the Belcher Haunted Creeper. Pretty strong board play.
Yeah, just constantly pushing the pace. Deciding, yeah, he's going to decide to trade with the Conjurer there. Just don't want to. He is at 16 life, and the Tempo Mage can do a lot of damage. So he just wants to play around, dying, and all he needs to do is keep controlling the board, and he should be okay.
Yep, should be perfectly fine. So I guess as the mage, you just want to put as much stuff on the board as you possibly can, and hope for some burn.
Hey,
And
Roaring Torch
burn
is a
he
great card.
gets.
And Mirror Image.
So he fireballs the... I guess that's fine. I mean, mage has a lot of cards and a lot of stuff to trigger Antonidas, so the mage could possibly take control. However,
Yeah.
Blessing of Kings, he's going to push for 12 damage this turn, so... hopefully the mage draws an answer.
Yeah, the Mirror Image is going to be okay, but it's not going to be able to do enough.
Yep, so I guess you Blessing of Kings the slime, right? Just because it's the best target not to get silenced?
That makes sense to me.
Because you don't want to put it on your shielded minibot, just because the silence would be really good, and it would be really good versus the Haunted Creeper. So
Yeah,
Jaka
although-
does concur, and he's down to 6 life.
There isn't anything he can do.
You require my assistance.
He's gonna go with the Mirror Image play. Or Roaring Torch.
I mean, he just lost the game right there. I
Yeah,
think he could have lived with
You need to Roaring Torch and Mirror Image and Mass Scientist or something. Or
Yeah.
more Elemental.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no way he can win with the Antonidas because he's gonna be able to clear them really easily. And he has 6 damage on board after clearing the Mirror Images.
Yep. So it looks like that's gonna be GG.
Well played.
Well played.
Jaka's gonna tie up the series 1-1.
Yeah,
And,
finally someone taking a game off Alknats.
Yeah, finally drops the game, and it was his first misplay too, because I feel like he had decent control of the game up until he used that 2 mana to ping, because it was on a really
Right.
important turn
Yeah.
4,
For sure.
and he could have played a Mad Scientist and developed that,
Yep.
but
And then
instead
Mass
he
Scientist
just
ended up
played
sitting in his hand. Like he could have got a, a mirror image off of that. And then everything Jaka was playing was really big. He was playing Poly Shredders, he was playing Shielding Miniboss, he was playing Tyrians. So that mirror image would have been huge there. I mean, and also that wasn't necessarily his first misplay either, because he did miss the lethal last game, which didn't end up mattering,
Oh, right.
but he did.
right.
So we're seeing some holes in Alknats games finally. Not everyone's
Fine.
perfect. Although it is getting a little late too, so fatigue might be getting a hold of the players right now.
Yeah, and these players have been playing Hearthstone for about 5 hours now, so I mean that's a lot of Hearthstone for one day. So
For sure.
Well done.
Elknat's gonna be bringing back the mage, and Jaka's gonna transition to his Zoo Warlock with the Dark Iron Dwarf.
Zulok's doing
I like
very
that
good
card just
work
because it
there.
reminds me of the old days, back when Murlocs were a thing.
Like,
I loved me some
Warlock.
Murlocs.
Yeah. Man, Warlock was so unstoppable. And now we have this like Paladin Murloc deck.
Oh yeah, the anything can happen. It's a fun one.
What do you
It's
think
hard
about
to
that deck? Have you played that deck yet? Personally
Haven't gotten
played it.
around to trying it. I don't know. I'm more of an aggro player myself, so I don't really like the control style decks. I usually play aggro in mid range, so.
I don't really like the Murloc Paladin deck either. It just seems so. I mean, it's all about just removing the board, removing the board, removing the board, removing the board, and then just winning on a single turn. Just not my playstyle for sure.
So as these opening turns unfold, we do see Fellreaver coming out of the East portal, and I feel like you can't really play that versus Zoo because they're just gonna play all these small drops and fatigue you.
Yeah, they're going to be usually playing 2 cards a turn. But Fel River is really good value when it comes to body.
Right. So the question is, do you drop it? And Elknat's answer is no.
You probably drop it probably super late game, right? Once your opponent has no cards in hand or something, which is going to be unlikely because well, Zulocks do play so many. They draw so many cards because of their hero power.
Oh, Reliquary Seeker is just insane right here because you have the implosion in your hand, so you're able to flood the board really easily.
You can take that and then just save it up for next turn, and then he even has a Hunter Creeper.
Right.
Allignats need to draw like a. Allignats needs to draw a Flame Waker here. That'd be really good.
Yeah, Flame Waker would be excellent because he could
Yeah, it's the same
play that
thing.
he did earlier this series and play Flame Waker Flame Waker Coin Sorcerer's Apprentice Mirror Image Arcane Missiles. But
When
looks
he
like he's
goes-
just gonna do all that without the Flame Waker.
Yeah, similar thing, but instead you get an 8/8 instead of a bunch of fireballs.
Yep, and that target seems pretty good for an implosion
Yeah,
with the Knife Juggler. Like,
it's quite
the
good.
Warlock just has so much damage. It's actually insane. He doesn't even have to use Implosion. He can play Defender of Argus and Reliquary Seeker and just get that 5/5 on the board.
Do you think you
but-
clear your side of the board a little bit for the implosion, or do you just go for it?
That's
I mean,
a great
this is
question.
awkward because you have so many creatures on board actually.
Right.
Okay,
Okay, so now he can suicide the
you can just go Reliquary Seeker.
Peddler.
I have big plans.
And then play Defender of Argus. Yeah.
Yeah, this seems like an okay play, and then Alknat is forced to trade into
Well,
2/2.
that's so much mill.
Yeah.
So
well,
the
he
mage
does
is down
draw
to
into
15
Flame Wake.
cards. And all he has is Arcane Intellect. Like, that's so bad.
He does 2
But he has
spells
to
at
do
least.
it just to trigger
Yeah.
Flame Waker.
Oh, he does hit the right target for one of them.
Yep. Looks like he needs both to hit Knife Juggler. Nope.
Yeah,
Splits
that's
the
going to be
uprights.
it.
Oh,
Wow.
and
Wow.
I guess he's just gonna concede.
I mean, I guess
That's
he realized
rough.
coming back from that game is really hard, especially with his hand.
Yeah.
Find good removal there. And he's going to just get milled out so much next turn too. Maybe he did see some of his cards get milled out. I wasn't really paying attention to the mills, but maybe he saw some of his outs go out the window as they
Right.
were being milled.
All I saw was like a flame cannon and a crossbolt. But this is gonna be Jaka's time to take the series.
Yeah,
if
the
he wins this
2-1
game.
for
You asked
Jaka.
for it.
He's left on Priest, and I feel like Priest versus this mage deck has a really good matchup. What do you think?
I agree. Priest usually has no problem dealing with Tempo Mages, I think, because Tempo Mage doesn't have as much damage as a Freeze Mage does, and then they do it pretty slowly because they don't have Alexstrasza, and Priest can control the board really well and then heal themselves up to a healthy life total, preventing any lethals coming out from the Tempo Mage.
Right, and the Priest has all the necessary tools to deal with aggro. He has the Akanai Circle combo, he has the Cleric to draw cards with the Wild Pyromancer. He has the Zombie Chow to contest the board early, so... I mean, this is already looking really good for the Priest.
Yeah, and when your Zombie Chow dies to Frostbolt, you're usually very happy to see that as any player, because Frostbolts can be really annoying late game.
Yeah, and there's the second circle, so... I'm pretty sure you just drop Wild Pyromancer here. I wouldn't drop Norshire just because you can't really put a spell on it to protect it, so...
Yeah, and then having no creatures on board means there's really low ways to trigger Northshire properly.
Right. So turn 3 coming up for the mage. Does top deck the Flame Waker. So
The
that's...
Sorcerer's Apprentice
nice.
Flame Cannon here?
I think you have to. You just need to get on board and get control of the board.
Yeah,
But,
you are
I mean, the
playing
priest
Gary
has so
with
many
that.
answers. It's crazy. Taking his time with his play, though. Looks like he does go with the Sorcerer's Apprentice Flame Cannon. I think that's fine.
Yeah. He does finally get on the board, get some pressure on. And Jaka doesn't really... I mean, he's not going to clear just one Sorcerer Apprentice with his combo.
Right, so I think you coin Akanai here. I don't know about Circle of Healing, but
I think
I
it's
like
Thought
getting
Steal.
stuff on the board.
Oh, those are good thought steals, actually.
Oh, those are really good thought steals. It allows for a lot of flexibility. Or not as much flexibility with the Unstable, but with the Ethereal Conjurer. And you can coin it out this turn to contest the Water Elemental.
Mhm.
However, it does die to the Sorcerer's Apprentice. One
I
for
wonder
one.
if he Arcanites in double circles here. There's the only way you can get rid of the War Elemental, right?
I don't know if you double circle. I feel like that's greedy.
Because otherwise,
Otherwise, he just
how do you
pings
get
it.
rid of the Water Elemental? Yeah, you could just get pinged off, right? Arcanite. Looks like that is what he's gonna go with.
So Elknut's top decks his own Ethereal Conjurer, but he's just gonna go with the Pink Flamemaker play. Seems fine.
Yeah. And now Jaka's on the back foot.
Yeah, he's definitely on the back foot. I guess you Ethereal Conjurer here, see what you get. Looks like he does.
Oh, it's interesting.
Oh, he gets-
Oh yeah, Conjure giving you pre-spell. That's so
Yeah.
funny. That's awesome. Do you take in 2 more Light and Arrow here? Probably not Mind Vision, right?
I think Light of the Naru. I think you just need the healing. That's what he does.
Heal yourself, get a creature.
Yeah. I don't think you do it this turn though. I think you sit on the coin, so that plays fine. Now the mage counters his ethereal with the mage's own Ethereal Conjurer. Let's see what he gets. East Portal. East Portal into another Ethereal Conjurer, the Dream. Nah.
Is you go with
Not
the
this time.
Arcane Bolt here and get hope to get lucky with the Flame Waker, and which
Yep.
he does. It's only a 6/4 chance to miss.
Right. So Museum
Wow.
Curator seems decent. You could also Holy Champion, heal face, coin Light of the Naru.
Yeah, I like that play.
Okay, he did it in a different order, just to buff up the Light Warden, so his sequencing was right, and mine was wrong. But he does put a lot of power on the board, so
Yeah. And he
that's what the priest needed.
Jaka needs to be drawing some kind of board removal here. A second
the thing
Arcanine
is-
would be beautiful here.
That's basically the best Fireball target ever. I think
Yeah.
I would have Fireballed there, Sorcerer's Apprentice, Fireball, and then pinged the Light Warden. I think that's the play I would have gone with, but he decides to trade in some minions, and
Interesting.
I kind of like
What-
using spells to keep the board control, but
Yeah.
maybe
What
that's
do you think about the plays from Maleknath of controlling the board so aggressively?
I mean, I think using Sorcerer's Apprentice and Fireball would have been better to conserve more minions, which would have been actually more aggressive than the play he
Right.
went with, but I think his play is fine.
Maybe he's concerned that he needs to save his burn to be able to go face late game.
Right. Looks like he's going face right now, and he's going to be pushing a lot of damage.
Yeah, and a lot of Flame Waker activations here.
Right.
And he's going to be able to use Fire Blast to be able to ping off the 1/1 left there. And Jaka is in dire need of drawing some kind of board
He
wipe.
needs an Akanai right now.
Arcanite or... That's basically it. You need Arcanite.
Sludge
Holy Nova
Belcher.
isn't bad.
Will Sludge Belcher save him? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
What about Sludge
Oh.
Belcher and heal? That might...
You might be able to go Northshire and try to fish out a card. Arcanite or Holy Nova still very good here.
Yeah.
Okay, now Arcanite isn't the draw anymore. Let's use the... Interesting.
Picks up the Entomb. Not what you want to see. I
East
guess you
Portal.
can East Portal like a Gold Shark Open or something. Oh, that's actually insane.
Call for the doctor.
I think he lives.
That's so weird.
I think he lives with 1 life. So
Well, there's
okay,
there a portal
Esports number 2.
to be able to Flame Waker.
Elven Archer 1 time.
Oh my god. Siren Juggernaut.
Wow. So none of the Flame Waker hits hit face. Whoa.
Yeah. So we just need for him to draw the mine, right? Which is going to be next turn.
Yep.
Maybe.
That would be pretty funny. He does kill off the Northshire though.
Nope,
Interesting.
no mine. Man,
Picks
just
up-
no AoE from the side of Jaka.
Take this time to
Com-
consider.
Okay.
Okay, Confessor Paletress and then Hogger. Or Ice Howl. Would that work? Probably not.
Malicos.
And that's not gonna do it. So Elknats is gonna win this matchup that he was not favored in, and is
I
gonna bring it
feel
back
like-
2-2.
I feel like Jaka used his Arcanite a little too early. I think that was
Yeah.
a problem. Using Arcanite Circle just to get rid of one creature isn't what you're looking for, and your
Yeah.
Arcanite gets killed off by the ping. think you just gotta be a little bit more conservative with that play, and then I think you should have had a better time.
Yeah, definitely. And he had both circles, so I guess he needed to be a little bit more patient. And he did have the Sludge Belcher to stabilize later on. But it's going to be Jaka's Priest versus Elknat's Secret Paladin in the finals. In the final match.
I think
It
played properly. I think the Priest can do quite well against the Secret.
I think
deck.
this is really favored for Priest because it can survive against the big threats. Like,
Well met.
like
The
Priest
light
has so
bombs are
many
really good
answers.
in this
Light bomb and
matchup.
Tomb. It's crazy.
Entomb is good against Tyrion, yeah. Holy Nova is good against any kind of early pressure they try to put on.
My apologies. Greetings.
Justice demands.
A
What do you
lot of
think of-
emoting
Okay.
coming out.
Well
So
met,
Jaka.
well played. Thank you. I am
The emotes are real right now.
Justice
Oh my god, it's going through all the emotes they
I
have.
might literally have to squelch them just so I can like concentrate on talking about the game. Okay, there we go. They put their serious thinking caps on.
Yeah.
So I really like the redemption because what Elknats is gonna do here is he's gonna play the Knife Juggler, and then the Priest is gonna trade the Zombie Chow in.
Mhm.
And oh, that Power Word Shield though, it's really good. Being able to cycle against the Paladin player is huge.
Yeah, and the Zombie Chow not dying when he trades into the Knife Juggler could be very relevant too.
Oh, I like using Power Word Shield here. I guess he's
Well,
gonna
he
Power
can,
Word Shield the
yeah, he
Pyromancer.
can Wild Pyromancer. and
Oh,
then he
this is
gets
actually
himself the
insane.
second
He
Knife
played around the
Juggler.
redemption.
Yeah, very good
Oh
play.
my gosh.
My apologies.
That's actually super heads up.
Yeah.
If he predicted that, because that secret could have been anything.
hmm I mean, if it was Noble Sacrifice, there was no way he was getting through it, so he was playing around the worst possible result, which was Redemption.
Right.
It was very good.
Yeah, that was super smart. I dig it.
Injured Blade Master, Circle Healing, kill the Shielding bot, maybe?
Yeah, I definitely like that play.
Because he also pops a shield, right? Because
Jaka doesn't though. I guess he's playing around Noble Sack or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he sequenced that incorrectly, but
yeah.
and yeah, competitive spirit gonna make it a 3-2, but it's gonna be
Yeah.
actually able to trade with the Pyromancer, so that's kind of a big deal.
It's really hard to deal with a 4/7 as a Paladin player.
Yeah, and the Priest is
hard.
playing his cards quite quickly, so Divine Favor isn't gonna be that much of a factor.
hmm
Looks like an easy Sludge Belcher turn. Alternatively, you can Holy Nova, but
I don't think you Holy Nova.
I'm not
this
100% sold on that. Yeah, looks like he goes with the Belcher. Keeper of Ultimate off the top, and Coin
Yeah.
Mysterious Challenger, and this is like so strong from the Paladin because he has a big board of dudes. So
Turn 5 challenge is exactly what you want to be seeing. Do you attack and then Holy Nova? I guess that's what you have to do in this board.
I kind of like
And
Holy
also-
Nova first, just because it clears out all the dudes. Because one of them is gonna get avenged, most likely.
Well, if you Holy Nova, then the Miss Challenger gets buffed,
Oh, it
right?
still
I mean,
goes on the Challenger.
it still goes on anyways. Only if
Never
Jaka had a big game hunter, then this would be a huge blowout.
Yep. So I think you Power Word Shield first, just to fish for that BGH if you have it in your deck, and then
Mhm.
you Holy Nova. If you
So
don't draw
just go
anything,
with Holy Nova right there.
interesting.
Usually, Priest deck doesn't play BGH. They play Shallow Word Death, right?
Right.
Yeah. Either way, it would have been a great draw if you did get it. But he decides just
Oh, that
go straight.
Coghammer is so good. So I think you attack first and then Coghammer. Yeah, I like this sequencing actually. So
They
do you
can
play
get rid of
Divine
your
Favor and draw
two.
one?
I mean, if you don't get the value here, are you ever going to give a value, maybe? I think that's just a side board to reinforce.
Elgnats apparently thinks that he's gonna give value later, so he saves it. Museum Curator is a really good card though.
Yeah.
There's another Skeleton Knight. Let's see if we get to see that juicy animation.
Not
Maybe
really
one day.
the best of picks there for Jaka. Repentance. And here's a Sacred Trial, too, on the side of Elgnats. I wonder if Jaka's going to play around that.
Oh, probably not.
It's hard for a player to get a lot cards on board, anyways.
Right. That would be insane if Confessor got played with 3 cards and then
Oh,
it just
no.
died. That would be
I mean, like the Spider's going to pop into a big board now too.
right.
It's going to be really bad. I mean, what does Jaka think this last secret is?
None may steal our
Because
Not sure.
he has popped everything so
Yeah.
far, right?
Yeah, he has. I guess
And
he's like
thinking
I guess
eye
he
for an
has to
eye?
know.
Maybe he's like eye for an eye because he hasn't attacked face since
Yeah.
Chandra came on board. No, he did play Holy Nova, so it can't be eye for an eye.
Oh,
So
right.
if he knows why Sacred Trial, then he can play around it.
How
Man,
does that
this-
work with
Oh
Oh,
no! Oh no! Oh no! No, this is. Oh, he plays around it. Oh man.
Okay, so that confirms that he knows. Like
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that could have been such a disaster. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And this is the last game. Like the series is all tied up.
Yeah. And
This
Jaka's
is for
in the
World Championship
Desperate.
Series points. Like you can't be making a mistake like that.
Jaka is in a desperate need to be able to draw a light bomb here. If you draw the light bomb in this turn, he can turn it around.
And if he doesn't, that's game. Oh, Light of
man.
Naru. And I think that's it.
Unfortunately, he's got to go for Confessor and hope he gets, I don't know, Mal'Ganis.
Yeah, that would still be lethal because he'd trade the Keeper of Uldaman and the Shredder into the Mal'Ganis and then go face with the rest, and that's exactly
Yeah.
14.
Well, what can you get with Confessor here? Well, we'll see.
Oh, actually, Mal'Ganis would work because he would heal himself for 2. One time.
It's a good card, but not good in this situation. Man, Jaka just not drawing any removal.
Yeah, that's really
unfortunate.
important.
Yeah,
And that's GG.
he
So
could draw his light bombs, could draw his Shadow Word Deads, could draw his Entomb, just nothing there.
and that's the series. So Elknats is gonna win the Rusty Horn and earn 3 WCS points, I believe. So congrats to him. That's awesome.
Congratulations. Yeah, very powerful player. I've seen him making really, really good plays. I mean, he slipped a couple of times in the end there, but I think I've been very impressed with all the rest of his plays.
Yeah, that first series against Taipan was absolutely phenomenal. Just like
Yeah.
0 mistakes, but a little few slip ups here and there. But and I mean, it's the finals. Everybody's nervous, and yeah, that's GG. So Elknats is gonna win the finals. Any last words about that match before we shut down for the day?
No, I think I said a line to say those are really fun games. Every game going down to every game with Jaka was going down to 5 games, and they're usually very swingy. They go back and forth a lot. I think it was a pretty fun night for Hearthstone.
Yeah, really exciting. All right. Well, we want to thank you for watching. Again, be sure to follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Random Championship Series. Follow our Twitter at esportsrcs, and go to randomcs.com and drop down the tournaments tab if you want to sign up. For myself, my Twitter is paulplays_HS, and I'm basically
Don't
just
have a
trying to
Twitter
cast
yet.
a bunch of matches, kind of make a name for myself. If you like what you see, go ahead and give me a follow. And anything you want to say, Golgi?
Not really. I don't have a Twitter yet, but I'm gonna get on that pretty soon. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next week.
Sweet. All right. Well, on behalf of all the RCS crew, we want to thank you for watching. And yeah, good luck in Hearthstone, and may RNGesus be with you. See you guys.
See you guys.